Having one of those days where you have one of those maps that has a million different groups battling. You can see there all sorts of ones here. To give an idea in combat groups what's in this one, there's the Raiders in the Northeast, such and such, all the way through. And there's about, 10 or 15 in each group. And these are controlled by 4 different factions, 4 different players. Basically, the orcs are attacking a village. And this can get kind of, while the players will only see, due to combat groups, their own groups that they control, they'll only see like the northeast group up here or whatever, whichever group they happen to be controlling is the only one they're going to be seeing. And but the host, of course, he sees it all, and this can kind of get daunting and painful. So what I've done is created a new option in combat groups. This is mostly just for me. I'm making the video just to show, because some people showed interest in it. Need to keep in mind all my extensions I write for me. I'm not really like others selling their extensions out there for people to tell them what they want. I tell you what I'm going to use, and you guys can choose whether you want to share the ride or not. But this particular one I'm going to show, host only see active and it's targeted. Currently set to off. I'm going to set it to F11 down here in the toolbar. And I'm going to set that for off, and F12 I'm going to set for on. And if you just noticed what I did there, it just shows the active player and any of their targets. So right now, if I zoom into this particular guy and say I target a few other guys here, right? Say he targets him, targets him, targets him, or clears them all, right? And essentially, these will be updated by FGU, and they update when there's a new turn, or when somebody targets, right, or untargets somebody, right? But it won't do it like on clears or on the last target. Like if there's 2 guys targeted here and I untarget them both, it'll never untarget the last guy. That's because FGU doesn't refresh the screen on those for some God knows what reason. And I don't feel like forcing it. I'm just going to live with this. But essentially what you can see is I'll go ahead and have these 2 guys targeted. And as I move through the map, right, this priest has another guy targeted. And he ends turn. This is somebody off in the wilderness there. If I zoomed out, you could see where he is in the map. And that player would be doing this. And as a host, I just want to see what he's targeting or who's active. I'm not interested in the whole, I'm going to turn it off here by hitting this here or F11. I'll probably just hit F11. And of course, he's all there. Double click on him so he's showing in the CT. And that's where we are in the whole thing. Now you have to realize that when you have this option, it's overriding the groups. Groups no longer have anything to do with the host display. They're still in play for the players. But all you're going to see is the active guy and any of his targets, period. Plus, if there's one extra guy who's been untargeted, you'll see him. Or if you cleared him through the map, you'll see whoever's left cleared there. But you can always refresh this yourself just by turning it off or flipping this back and forth, right? Click, click. And that's it. It's just a new feature. I'm not going to go into the details of all the other stuff you're seeing here, because it's not what I'm here to do. I'm just showing you this new feature of, hey, I can have the targets updating constantly. Let's see if I go here. going to bring him up on the full thing, double click on him so I can see him. And I'll just set his turn to make this easy. And of course, when I flip it on, he's got those two guys targeted. Which he does. If I pull him away, you can see it better. That's all I was going to show. All right, done.